What's up, people? SoCalAshez here with the person who still needs to get a cool YouTube name, and we just got back from watching Game Night. It just came out this weekend, but there was about 5 people in the theater. So I don't think this will be a very popular movie, but we enjoyed it regardless.
This will be a game night to remember.
Oh boy.
So first we're going to talk about the plot, then we're going to talk about the actors, or do you want to do plot, then the actors, then we're going to give it our overall, and then we'll send you guys on your way to let you know if you got to see it, or wait to see it later. So this movie is a couple that loves doing game night. They got together playing games, and their wedding had games in it, and then they get together every week and they do games, and they're very competitive, and they have friends that come over and they do games. Well, then the main character, Jason Bateman's older brother, comes back into town, who's better at everything. He has people come over to his house for game night. His game night, as you see in the trailer, he's like, this is going to be the best game night. You're not going to know what the difference is from reality or from game, but by the end of it, you're going to learn a whole lot. So that's essentially the premise of this movie. So they go over, and then he instantly gets kidnapped, and then shenanigans ensue that way. So based on that plot, babe, what did you think? For a mass audience, what do you think of it? Or you yourself personally?
I personally I enjoyed the plot. It was nothing like insane. Like there was some parts where you really had to like just say like, I guess this would happen, or oh hey, like I guess I wouldn't realize this. But it was nice if you just like set yourself back and was like, okay, this is just a movie, and it was just nice to enjoy like all like the different twists and turns.
Yeah, it was a very good like adult comedy. Like it's for, I guess, people maybe our age range, a little more, who have kind of game nights with their friends, and then maybe even into middle age, because there is like things about them being older and married, and then they want to settle down, have a kid. So that kind of range of comedy. And then yes, you're right. A lot of the plot parts were like, I don't know. It's hard to say. It wasn't very like predictable. It had you with a smile on your face the whole time. You were laughing, having a good time. The jokes were essentially all hitting. The end is right where I'd say they lost my suspension of disbelief for a lot of the stuff. But the plot overall, if you're expecting one thing, it'll twist you into another way, and then it'll twist you, and so it's fun. It's a good ride.
It's very fun. It's definitely very funny too. Like I think every single, like you said, it really hit. But there was just, up until the end, you were able to kind of just stay in that whole disbelief. I mean, not disbelief, but like you could act like everything was, oh, okay, like I guess that could happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the end was kind of like, if anything, I would probably skip the ending.
Yeah, seriously.
It's really not worth it.
So yeah, even when we were sitting there watching the movie, I was like, man, what am I going to rate this at? And so I'll still save that to the end. But I did want to cover actors real quick. So our biggest 2 actors here were Jason Bateman as, I don't think they didn't say the character's name enough for us to remember. I don't think that was really important. And Rachel McAdams, and then this small supporting cast. The guy from Black Mirror was in it.
Yeah,
and I liked his character in it. The one from the space one, I'll probably put something down here so you know which episode I'm talking about, because now you're like, Black Mirror, whatever. But they all, I guess Jason Bateman's always in kind of these kind of roles, that like 35-year-old like family man kind of role. So he fit right into it.
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams, I haven't seen her in too much more than just like The Notebook or the one with Vince Vaughn, Wedding Crashers. So I guess she kind of fit in. She actually did a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah,
what do you think of the actors?
Like everything I've only seen her in like 1 or 2 of the
Right.
things, but I feel like she does the whole like, oh, romantic comedy and all that stuff. And there was bits of that, but there was also like a lot more of like humor in it. So I think she did well in like being more well versed.
Right.
But there was nothing that like blew me away with the actors. Like it was more of like aimed towards the comedy factor than the acting factor.
True.
Which I'm not like saying any of them did a bad job. It wasn't just like, oh, Oscar worthy or anything close to that.
Exactly. So it's one of those movies where if you're looking just to kind of have a good time for a little bit, you're definitely going to have some laughs, and it won't have you, it's not one of those like thriller mysteries where you're going to be thinking the whole time, oh, what about this, and connecting the pieces, but there'll be enough comedy to guide you along the way, and then there'll be enough twists to keep it interesting, so you will have a good time if you go out to see it in theaters.
Alright, so personally I would probably give it a 6.5.
Yeah.
That would probably be around it. Maybe it was pretty average of a movie. It was pretty average of a comedy. Like it did hit more of like almost all the jokes.
Oh yeah.
But it was still like just the plot. It was kind of really lacking by the end, and there were some holes that they needed to fill, and even like throughout it, like I said before, there was just some moments where you really just had to be like, okay, it's just a movie, like I guess that could happen. But I guess overall probably 6.5. Nothing to like. I would probably recommend waiting than going out and spending all this money to go see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
I would just wait till it comes on like Netflix or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely a very good Netflix movie. Maybe with your group of friends who you're playing game night with. But for my rating, I'll probably give it, I guess, a 7. Like, to be honest, when we were sitting there in the theater for the first 2/3 of the movie, I was like, wow, I was laughing, having a great time. Like, this is really cool. I might give it like an 8 or 9. That ending definitely lost a couple points. It could have ended it at the reveal of the twist, and then they're like, oh, you like that? Well, here it keeps coming.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I kind of hate movies do that.
The ending, there was just so many moments where it was like, that's not even possible.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that happens
you
a lot.
can't even pretend that that's possible.
Yeah. One of those Need for Speed, like the runway is fucking 2 miles. It was like that kind of level of stuff. But anyways, yeah. So I also have to agree with you. I wouldn't go watch it in theaters. I wouldn't spend the $50 ish to go on a date night and get the popcorn and everything. I would just wait to Netflix. I wouldn't even buy it on DVD, to be honest, because you'll watch it one time, you'll know all the stuff, and then that'll
that's
be
what
it.
we were talking about. It's not one of those like, oh, you can watch it again and again and again. It's kind of like one and done deal. There's no like, now that all the mystery's gone, it's just some of the jokes might hit again, but even then they might not. Like it's very much of like a maybe a movie night with your friends, but I definitely wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. So that was it. There wasn't really too much to talk about with this one. So leave a comment down below if you did see it and your opinion differs from us, or just to agree, or if you thought we did a good job. Who cares? Whatever. Leave a comment below. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the like if you like it. Definitely hit the dislike if you didn't. But if you do, please let me know why. All right. My name is SoCalAshez. This was my girlfriend, and we will see you later. Bye.